here. Tonight's field umpires are Joel Morrison, Lockie Fennell, and the superstar Emma Stark on her debut this evening. Let's give her a big round of applause as a field umpire here. Boundary umpires this evening, Catherine Flynn, Jasper Hart and Brenton Swan, also on debut. And our goal umpires this evening, Isabel Rawson and Fraser Beard. Umpires round is proudly supported by the team at CFS here. The cricket and football shop in Manelli has been around for over 20 years and they're moving into the future with CFS Gear. CFS Gear is a top-end one-stop local shop specialising in custom uniforms, sporting hardware, promotional and medical products. Get down and say good day to the Graham, Noons and the team, and remember to keep it local. CFS Gear is located at 422 Stewart Highway, Manelli. Who has left its lights on, Northern Territory plates SC808. Just a reminder, that is a Suzuki in the Bonson car park with its lights on, Northern Territory plates SC808. Alright, and both captains are in the centre circle, joined by Mark Noonan, who's tossing the coin. Looks like Palmerston have won the toss and they've opted to kick towards the airport end. Thank you again to Noons from CFS here.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's match between the Darwin Buffaloes and Palmerston Magpies. My name's Jackson DeSantis, and I've got my good mate here, Clint Firth. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Looking forward to this one. Been a really hot day in Darwin today.
Yep.
Right in the middle of the build-up in Darwin. So,
yep, you're not wrong.
Pretty hot temperatures and, yeah, pretty sticky tonight. But, yeah, really looking forward to it, see where these two teams are at.
Yeah, that's it. It's early in the season, obviously, and these two would be stoked to be playing at 7 o'clock in the evening. It's a great time slot. Here we go.
All right, so first bounce. Lines in the ruck for Buffalo. Shark by Guthrie. He got the first possession last week as well. Goes long inside 50. Ball over the back. Grabbed there by Ugle. He gives the hand back. I think that...
Oh, just missed.
I think that was Baird. Yep, Baird, who I thought played back last week, so he's played forward. So first point on the board for Palmerston. Has Buffaloes bring it out and hit up Stokes short. He goes wide. And the mark is taken out there by Thomas Clark. Thomas Clark chips one over the top with a well-weighted kick. And the mark taken by the Buffaloes brings it in board. It's cut off by Riddock there. Stokes for his second possession already gets the handball over the top. Picked up there by the Buffs. Handball out in front. Palmerston player there was wrapped up.
Oh, he just got a bit of a hold-up and play there. Looks like it's going to the Buffaloes.
Yes, a pretty fierce tackle from Chris Williams there, the captain of Palmerston, who won the toss. And they're obviously kicking to the right of screen, which is the airport end. As the Buffs go inside 50, Palmerston shank one forward, out towards their defensive 50. Wharf hits it hard, he can't gather. Palmerston through a chain of handballs to Guthrie, and he goes on the left foot. Out in front of Sutton out there. He can't gather, but he lays a good tackle. Buffs get with a chain of hand passes, and that's a beautiful
grab.
Kick.
Great grab.
And the mark taken there by Sharples. He feigns a handball. Oh,
is that 50? Oh, it is. For a while there, I thought because he jumped on the spot, he was that would be considered okay, but clearly not unless he moved. I'm not too sure. It's a convenient start there for the Buffaloes. Hopefully, they can convert.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because it's in your body's trained when you see the player move or feign a handball that you're going to move.
Yeah,
so
that's right. It's happened a lot in the 2021 season in the AFL. So you'd expect it to be the same sort of deal here in the NTFL.
So Sharples looking for first blood for the Buffaloes. Hits it pretty well. Umpire moves a bit.
And there we go. First goal. So Sharples, well done.
First goal to the Buffs.
And, of course, we've got to mention that it's the CFS gear umpires around Firth. So, obviously, without umpires at all, we wouldn't have a game. And, you know, it's a good opportunity to recognise the hard work that they put in, week out. You know, they've got to make decisions on their feet. They don't have mountains of time to analyse it like we fans and spectators do when we watch the replay. So, congratulations to the umpires, and thank you for the work that you do.
For sure. And a shout out to Sam Cunningham as well, who's doing his last game tonight. He's umpired a heap up there and been in charge of the umpires, and also done all the remote grand finals and all that. So he's heading down to Alice Springs. So I think tomorrow morning he's doing his last game up here. So well done, Sam.
Yeah. Here we go. So Thompson gives away the high tackle to Palmerston.
And Wharf will get the free kick.
This young fella used to go to school at Cedar. I remember doing some clinics with him. He's a good young fella.
He's come right through the Palmerston ranks there. Now he's playing Premier League, so good on him.
Good on him.
Ball sharked there by Palmerston. Little one does not hit the target. Buffs hear the voice out wide, trying to get the handball. Ball's scrappy. Picked up there and thrown on the boot by Remfrey. There's 3 Palmerston players around it. Lambton gives the handball back. Palmerston working it nicely. Stone there gives it to Marlin, and Marlin goes inboard. The beautiful kick and hits up his captain Williams. The Buffs player overcommitted on the mark, then allowed him to play on. Goes to a 1-on-1 inside 50.
Oh, what? Is it a goal?
Really well done there by Palmerston.
Wow. Who was that? Number 17. So that is Kobe Anand.
Justin Cooper.
Justin Cooper. Oh, right. My numbers are a bit... Oh, yeah, sorry. I was looking at the wrong numbers. Apologies, guys. If you just joined us, Darwin Buffalo's got the first goal, and Magpies just returned serve there, and they're in front by 1 point. So Buffaloes are looking all right this season. They're currently sitting on, let's say, 6 points, and they've just been pushed to 4th position by Nightcliff. So if they want to get into the top 4 again, or the top 3, they'll want to win this tonight, and I'm sure they will. Both teams have got a lot to play for and make a statement early in the season.
So big Devon Lyons gets his hand on the ball for Palmerston, tries to back up with the tackle, but it's sharked there by Guthrie. He gives it back to Ward, hits up his leading Grigg. Palmerston looking good here, gives a handball, goes inside 50. Mark can't be taken. Riddock hit it hard. Palmerston threw a chain of handballs. Thomas Clark.
Oh, we got a bit... It's just a little bit of a turnover territory here, and the Magpies attacking 50.
Wharf gets absolutely drilled with a big tackle, and Palmerston guy's not happy with that. He's come back to remonstrate with him. Who was that laying that tackle?
Yeah, Wharf took a bit of contact there after getting rid of it. Young fella. It's a bit of a welcome to the big boy leagues. It's not really it's not for the faint of heart of this division.
So he plays on around the mark, throws it on the boot, kicks it to about 70 out, but it's a 3-on-1 Palmerston's favour, and the mark there taken by Brandon Ugle. He spots up in board.
Beautiful kick.
And the mark there taken by Leonard Marlin, who's come across from the Waffle. He's played in Perth. That's a beautiful kick. And hits up Riddock, who's also come from the Waffle. So Riddock was best on ground last week for Palmerston, had an absolute blinder.
Yeah, right.
And Leonard Marlin, they've also got from the Perth Footy Club coming up, so he's playing his first game. He's a really, really solid player. So the West Australian connection there to each other, and Riddock with a beautiful kick.
Another goal. Well done to Palmerston. They're looking really good when they're coming out of the centre or rebounding, and they're not bombing in. They're really, really careful, not afraid to go to those short kicks, and then really giving a good execution inside 50. So good signs early from a club that hasn't seen much success over the years. So good on them. Great start. As we go, Joel Morrison about to ball it up again.
So Palmerston 2 goals, 1-13, leading the Buffaloes 1 goal. And we are 7 minutes into the first quarter. Big Rowbottom gets his hand to it, but it's sharked there by the Buffs. Thrown on the boot forward there by Collinson. It's a race inside 50. Matty Campbell on Groves uses his body magnificently. Ball comes back there to Buckland. Defensive handball back. And that was Clarence Baird. They're stuffing around with it. Palmerston just needs to get it on the boot. And that's good composure.
That's good, yep.
Oh, it wasn't just...
Out in the full, was it?
Overcooked it a little. And the Buffs get the kick and bring it back inboard to Collinson. He swings around on his left foot to a packet centre half forward. The Palmerston player was the only one who went for it in the end in the air. Ball spills to the front. Palmerston first to get the hands on it, but he's dispossessed. I think that's Shea that goes in there. Ball still on the ground and Palmerston win it. Little chip over the top, but it was right in the middle of both his teammates. But Riddock does really well, dispossessed.
Well
gives the handball, and it goes back to Riddock. He's a good player, this bloke. And he goes long inside 50, and that's a one-on-one. I think that's Corbett with the red wheels at full forward. He can't mark it. Sticks it on the boot forwards. Oh, it's coming back. Oh.
I think it was touch, yeah. It was touched by his direct opponent. Looked good, though.
Yeah, off the boot. Looked like it was going to go through a point for sure. But so Buffs bring it out. Gordon takes the mark, and that's a beautiful kick. Out to the halfback flank, and the mark there taken by Brown.
Another 50. Oh, dear.
Max Sutton moving on the mark there.
Yeah, it looks like they're not taking too long to get used to the new rules here, the Premier League umpires, and good on them.
Gives the handball to Jackson Clark. Jackson Clark goes inside 50. That's better from the Buffs. That's well shark, but the kick smothered. Buffs, number 24 there, Sharples gets another chance at it.
Started left and stayed left, unfortunately. Comes out now. Kicks out of 50.
So Palmerston with the numbers here. The ball picked up there by Shea. Gives it back to Grigg. He overcooks the kick. The Palmerston player goes hard at it, put his head over it and won the football. That was well done there by McMahon.
Yep.
He gives the handball back to Wharf. He kicks it almost to the favour of the Buffaloes, Brian. This will be a good result for Palmerston.
Yep. It's good metres gained, yep. Very, very, very clever there. Even if he didn't mean it, it's gives his team an opportunity to set up and execute and go inside 50 again.
So lots of players around this contest, and then 2 players just at the top of the square there for Palmerston. Corbett and the captain Williams as Buffs bring one back.
Yeah, I think it's Tim Eldridge, is it? Or
it could well be.
Yeah, number 7. Yeah, Timmy Eldridge. It's good to see him back out there after a long layoff last season. Wonderful player, wonderful person, and it's good to see him back at what he does well.
So Buffs have got a couple back here. So if Palmerston win it from this contest, it's more than likely going to be cleaned up by Buffs at the back. So they've got to use it well out of the contest.
Yep.
The ball picked up at pace there by Ethan Little. He spins round.
There we go. Just as you said at first, they cleaned up well. Oh.
Goes inside 50. And I think that's Ethan Little, the man who sent it originally. That's not... Oh, I didn't think that was 15.
It was Jaden Shea, I think, just took the grab there.
Umpire pays it.
Yeah, that was questionable, but that's all right. What they say goes, the umpires. It should always be remembered. You can't change their minds, so just get on with it.
So he looks confident, Shea. He's going back.
Looks like he's got the leg for this.
He's going to hit this from about 51 metres. Umpire doesn't move. Thank you very much.
Yep, there you go. Well done. You can see Jason Baird just sitting in behind the goal line there. His arm went up in celebration as soon as the ball left his boot, so you could tell that was going to be a goal. Well done to Palmerston. So 3 goals in a row, is that right, Firth?
Yeah, I think they moved to 3 goals to 20. No.
Well, they've kicked the last 3 goals at least after the Buffaloes kicked the first one. Is that right? Either way. Here we go, and again.
Yeah, 3 goals, 220.
Yeah,
it was.
So if Palmerston win this one, they actually go up to. They actually will go. They'll leapfrog. Oh no. If they win, they will. I don't think they'll take over Nightcliff on percentage. So, but still, it's good to have a win. And here we go. Joel Morrison gives a penalty to the Buffaloes. It looks like it's going to
be Sharples.
Sharples, yep.
Sharples goes inside 50, and that's good use of the body there. And the mark there taken by Ishmael Palmer, the man from Kalkarinji. He's played a lot of football down in the desert as well for Santa Teresa. So he won a best on ground down in Alice Springs.
Yeah, right.
He's played a lot of footy up here. Doesn't hit that well. Almost ends up in the Michael Long accommodation.
Yeah, he wanted to do that one again. That was a bit of a shocker. Then we got Kobe Annan to take the kick out of defence for the Magpies. See what they can do. They've looked pretty good coming out of defence. And just got to make sure you execute these little kicks coming out, because if you fumble those, it's pressure's on.
Goes to Palmerston. Good use of the body by the big fella Rowbottom. Ball picked up there by the Buffs. Sharples, he's going to call advantage here. Yep. Gives the handball over. I think that might be Colliston. Goes inboard. There's a couple of Buffs there. Ball picked up there by Roberts. Palmerston are just trying to clear out. Anand was taken. I didn't think... it wasn't
by
proper
Matty
disposal.
Campbell. Very smart player, Matty Campbell, as we know. Played for North Melbourne and is an incredibly valuable member of the Darwin Buffs. And he's still got it. He's still going. He's still playing. He's still incredibly effective in that forward line. Buffs will be loving that. It's for their second goal.
So Matty Campbell in his 100th game for the Buffaloes, as you said, magnificent player, seems to be around forever. On his left foot, he doesn't miss them.
Yeah, no, he's too good to butcher those. All that experience, all that knowledge, all that understanding. Great player.
So Buffs pinch one back and they move to 2 goals, 1-13. Trailing Palmerston 3 goals, 2-20 as we tick to the 15-minute mark of this first quarter.
Sure, it's probably a good time to mention too, Emma Stark is making her debut for umpiring. So congratulations, Emma. Hope you're having fun out there. And I'm sure this will be a good night for her and her family. And we have Sam Cunningham, my roommate, in the middle. Not for much longer. There we go.
So Lions in the ruck against Corbett. The ball there sharked by Palmerston. Handball to Cooper, who's gone in the middle. Corbett picks up with those red wheels. He gives the handball there to Buckland. Buckland goes forward to one of the smallest players on the ground, Sutton. Picked up there again by Corbett, so he's had a few possessions in this.
He's got a good piece of it, yeah. He's very effective there. He's got very good skills, Corbett. He's something that I've observed as I've played against him over the years. He's got very good skills.
So it looks like Big Rowbottom having a rest down forward.
Who's his opponent there?
Lions.
Devon Lions, yeah.
Lions is pushed. So umpire throws it in. Rowbottom gets to the front, gets his hand on it. Ball goes to the boundary line. Palmerston player can't keep it in, and will go again.
Sort of a good time for both of the teams to sort of get their breath back. Just to reset and go again. Sometimes you love the couple of throw-ins in a row.
So this time the Buffs player gets front spot. Ball goes over the back. There's lots of players around it. The Buffs player's dived on it there, and he's wrapped up.
He's calling it. Yep.
Had to. He dived on it and made no attempt to get it out. So
yeah, it's a funny thing, you know. Like there's no way around it. If you dive on it, you've got to get it out. And, if you don't, you get pinned. It's simple as that. There's no sort of trying to convince the umpires otherwise. And then we've got Lorna up here. It's hard to see.
I think that... So it's a goal to Palmerston. From that free kick. We're just trying to get the goal kicker for you.
20-something. Oh, he's not giving us much love there. Showing the jersey number to us. All right. Here we go again. Corbett against Devon Lions. There we go.
Corbett wins.
Corbett again.
Ball sharked there by Cooper. Throws on the boot, goes forward. Over there.
Oh, it's another one. Is that the same lad?
Yes, it is. I'd love to get his number, Jackson.
Oh, here we go, 21. So that's...
Chris Williams, the captain.
Chris Williams.
We probably...
Yeah, we should know that. Sorry, folks. He's got a good leg on him. See if he can get two in a row. This would be a great start for the first quarter for the Magpies.
So the captain...
Yep, he comes through. Never looked in doubt. Well done.
And that's another one from Palmerston from a centre clearance. So they moved to 5 goals to 32. Buffalo's 2 goals, 1-13 as we go through about the 18-minute mark of the first quarter here at TIO Stadium.
Yeah, so I just did some math here. Firth, and if Palmerston win this, they move into 4th by the looks, because Nightcliff are currently 4th, and they'll and if Palmerston beat the Buffs, they'll take Buffalo's position in 4th there too. So good to play for here for Palmerston.
After round 3, they start to sort each other out. That's shucked by Guthrie. He throws it on the left boot. The ball goes inside 50. Big Rowbottom hits it hard, but it's a long way to bend down to pick up. He throws his boot at it. The Buffs soccer one forward as well, but it lands in the hands there of Lambton. He goes with a defensive kick to maintain possession, and the mark there taken by Baird.
That's a great kick through the middle there. It really opens the game up, and it makes it harder for the defenders and the full forwards.
Baird goes to Guthrie in the middle.
Yep, that was given.
And coming out hard on the lead was Grigg, and he copped one in the back. So the defence for the Buffs under the pump at the moment. Palmerston really putting them under the pump, and Palmerston really need to make the most of this because there are momentum swings in football, and definitely at the moment, Palmerston on top.
That's right. Everything's going their way. You're right, Firth, and hopefully they can convert, because there's nothing worse than when you're not able to do that, and the other team gets their run and rolls you. It's a pretty deflating feeling.
So Grigg from about 58 metres has hit that magnificently.
Well done. They're on a bit of a roll. They want to make sure of it, cash in while they can, because it is going to turn, and they'll want to just make sure they've put themselves well in front. Here's some trivia for you too, Firth. The last time Palmerston Magpies beat a side that wasn't the Team Bombers was 11th of January 2020.
You're right. Okay.
Jeez, that was when they beat the Wanderers, so they're looking pretty well suited to take that here, but it is only the first quarter.
Guthrie's starting to get hot in the middle. You've got to really watch him. He's a jet. Has Palmerston again go deep inside 50? That's Corbett down there.
Yeah, he just tried to shepherd it through, but unfortunately it wasn't accurate enough. That would have been another really good get there for the Palmer Magpies, but I'm sure they'll defend here and try to lock it in coming out into the end of the first quarter.
So Dylan Gordon plays on, runs his full measure. It's a penetrating kick out wide. Not taken there. Lachlan McKenzie's there.
Joey Collinson, hand pass over the top.
Hand pass over the top from Colliston. And Gordon's followed up from the kick at full back. That's Thomas Clark, spins. Back to Gordon. He goes over the top, and I think that's Collison. And he gives a little one over the top, and the mark taken by McKenzie. So McKenzie out wide to Collison. And Collison tries to get it over the Palmerston player there, Riley Stone.
Just not enough on it.
And the umpires had judged that the arms were chopped. Sorry, not that's Andrew Green from Tennant Creek there.
Yep.
The 17-year-old who's a future star. Leonard Marlin hits up from centre-half back, and he's going to bring it out in the bad direction. He doesn't read it ideally. Ball over the back. Stokes gathers, but he's wrapped up, slung to the ground. Gibbs.
Is it a sling tackle, I think? Yep.
Which it was.
Yep, was there. Good call by the umpires.
So umpire brings him behind the mark. And Stokes with not a lot to go to forward. That's a lead up from his captain, Stokes, who looked to get a shove in the back and go under it. The Palmerston player wrapped up there. And we're going to have a throw up as we near on quarter time here.
Yeah, that was good there by Greg. Just held it. He knew he wasn't going to get away, so he just held it in. Didn't really have much prior. Well played.
Stokes up against the much bigger row bottom. Shark there by Guthrie. He can't grab it. Riddock, who's explosive, comes through. Goes in the middle. It's a risky kick. It's going to be a race back there. Well recovered by the Palmerston player.
Well done there by Eldridge. Just putting on the pressure constantly, and that's caused a turnover for him. Well done.
And the ball goes out in the space out there. Flanagan's after it. He picks up, goes inboard to Riddick. Riddick gathers around one. He's got a really quick first few steps there, Riddick.
That was too easy, though. That was way too easy.
Handball over the top. The ball taken there by Little. Little drills one in there to Core, but he couldn't wrap it up. And the Buffs can maybe get him on the return here. However, it's a 2-on-1 out here. Palmerston going to be first to it. Big row bottom holds off the contest. Receives the handball back.
Good kick there.
And he chips one forward, and the marks there taken by Little. Palmerston got a guy standing here all by himself. The kick doesn't suit. That's a massive leap there from Baird. That would have been an absolute screamer as Buffs try to bring it out, but it's intercepted there by Grigg.
Yeah, Grigg again.
Buffs have numbers back here. So they're outnumbering Palmerston down there. The ball goes over the back, didn't get a hand on it. Palmerston players brought forward in the tackle. Umpire says play on. Ball spills to the Buffs. He ducked as he was tackled, therefore not a high kick. First to it, Justin Cooper, and the ball goes out of bounds in the forward pocket for Palmerston. Must be very close to quarter time.
Got to be, yeah, definitely.
Buffs have to hold tight here and reassess. So Stokes, that's beautiful tap work down there with a clearing kick out wide. Ball picked up by Buffs over the top. It's a one-on-one.
That's a good grab. Excellent grab there by Brodie Foster. Positioned his body well. Had to get that one.
So Foster with a penetrating kick forward. It wasn't really to the advantage of his player. Matty Campbell's sharking it, but he's getting warmed like a glove by Groves. It looks like that's his job for the day. The ball spills there, picked up by Guthrie. He gets one over the top. The big fella Anand there, he gives a defensive handball back to Green, and on that beautiful left foot.
That was a good shepherd there by Guthrie. Just gave his teammate a little bit of space as he shepherded Campbell, because as we know, Campbell's a very smart player and was closing in. Just that little bit of time in defence makes all the difference.
Good hard running there by Baird as he brings it in the middle. But that's quarter time here in the 2021-22 NTFL Round 3 from TIO Stadium. Palmerston, 6 goals, 339, lead the Buffaloes 2 goals, 1-13.
Welcome back, guys, and we are in the second quarter now. We're between the Darwin Buffaloes and the Palmerston Magpies. Palmerston Magpies 6-3-39, Darwin Buffaloes 2-1-13. Great first quarter there by the Magpies, and Darwin Buffaloes will have a bit to think about, I reckon, Firth, and they'll want to even the ledger a bit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they come back. It was a really, really good first quarter of footy. Palmerston on fire, so yeah, as I said, it'll be very interesting to see how Buffaloes respond.
Yep.
And here we go. Second quarter, Sam Cunningham to throw it up. Lions goes up against Rowbottom. Well done there by Remfrey from the Buffaloes, put his body on it. Picked up there by McMahon, who's playing a good game. He chips the ball over the top to Riddick, and Riddick takes the mark. He runs 10 metres, throws it on the left foot. It's a penetrating kick. However, back there is Gordon for the Buffaloes, and he takes the mark. He drills one out wide, and the mark there taken by Abala. Abala puts it on the foot. Picked up there by the Buffaloes. Handball over the top. There's players on in the middle. He goes over his captain's head. He better come off, and it does. He had his captain shorter there.
He did, yes.
Jackson.
I was wondering if he was going to go to him, but luckily that option that he took stuck because that was a bit more of a 50-50 ball than anything. So, just well done.
So big Brodie Foster, when he kicks it, will be kicking from about 47 metres. No angle to speak of and no real breeze to speak of. A beautiful night for footy, even though it was stinking hot during the day.
Oh, he just hit the post. Oh. Blows the wind out of your sails every time, Firth, when you hit the post. So Maggie's coming out of defence. They want to make sure if they can maintain their direct sort of gameplay, like their really good kicking skills, and that it goes a long way to a win because it just takes the pressure off. Takes the pressure off all aspects of the ground because, if you're executing your skills, getting it forward, you can't really ask for too much more, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Mark taken by Remfrey. He gives it to Stokes. Abala spins out of trouble, throws it on the right boot. The ball goes high. It's 3-on-1 Palmerston back there. And I think Marlins...
Yeah, I think he took it over. Is it a mark or he'd take it over for a point? We're just getting...
Right in front of the Great Northern sign, which looks to have a marlin on it from here. So, pardon the pun.
Very good pickup.
Marlin drills one in short, and the mark there taken by...
Number 15.
Sutton. Sutton goes out wide, the mark not taken there by Grigg. Nice little soccer inboard. Stokes hits it hard with that great acceleration he's got. Picks up handballs. Guthrie gathers. Marlin out of trouble.
And that's good defence. They just got to make sure they get this kick coming out because that's what they haven't been able to do these last few minutes.
The Buffaloes player there thought he had a crack at it. Unfortunately, he overcooked it, which was good for Beds because he could go on with it. Foster's wrapped up in a hard tackle by two Magpies.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard tackle there. Good call by the umpires. Good collision.
And he's awarded the free kick. Abala, who runs really, really hard. He gets the ball on the half-forward flank there. Goes inboard, but over his captain's head.
Oh.
And the mark there taken by Flanagan.
This has got to frustrate the Buffs early because they're working hard to get it out, and they're just getting repelled every time by Palmy. Oh, and here we go. Oof. Campbell nearly took him down there, but the kick goes down, and it's taken by Ugle.
Ugle, he wants to move it quickly. He goes to a one-on-one. It really wasn't in the favour of his forward. Ball spills over the back. Picked up there by the Buffaloes. Groves gets in front of the contest. Ugle attacks it hard. He's brought down by Matty Campbell. Groves also attacks it hard, which he always does. Ball picked up there by Marlin. Handball back to Guthrie. Slips through the tackle of Matty Campbell, who goes back for a second crack.
Oh, good grab.
Mark there taken by Grigg. It's a 2-on-2 inside 50. Good defence there from the Buffaloes. He gets a double-handed spoil towards the line.
It was a great spoil there by the Buffaloes defender. Just closed in really, really quickly. The ball was just in the air long enough for him to get a fist on it. Well done.
So Big Lions nominates for the Buffs. And he'll be up against Baird from Palmerston. Baird doesn't even have a crack at it. Lyons double-handed tap down. That's good pressure around the ball from Palmerston, and that's good tackle there by Remfrey. Good contested footy, and we'll have another ball up. Right on the 50.
Here we go. Ball up again by Cunningham.
Rowbottom gets his hand to it. Can't be sharked by Griggs. Well done by the Buffs in there. Wharf hits it hard. Thomas Clark can't pick up. He gets a little fist forward. However, it's taken there by Flanagan. Flanagan, a little one forward. Picked up by Riddick. He spins around, gives it to Baird. He's got time, even though he dropped it. On the right foot. Buffs have got one back. And I think that was McKenzie, who couldn't grab it, but knocks it through from behind, and Buffs will regain possession. So, Palmerston, 6 goals, 440.
So both teams have had their momentum swings already at the start of the second quarter, but not really being able to convert, which has got to be a little frustrating. And let's see what the Buffaloes can do here. Oh,
the big fella goes with one hand. He has a fair second effort at it. That's well done there by Grigg. He's a good player for Palmerston. Over the top, and the ball picked up there by Gordon, who's one of Buffalo's best players today.
Yeah, he's a good
He
player.
drills one forward. It's like tennis at the moment. It's going back and forward. Ball over the back. I think that's Cooper with the pace. Throws it on the right boot. Just hit the wrong side of the footy.
Not much reward for either of the teams at the moment, Firth. They're just hacking it forward, not with a lot of precision, and this is gonna make them tired. And so it puts you in the hole a little bit. So see if they can get themselves out. Both teams.
Well, Buffs have stopped the Magpies' onslaught on the scoreboard, so I think they'll be happy with that. Now they just got to work and put some score on the board themselves there. Abala can't pick up. Baird in the one hand like a basketballer out wide. He gives a little kick up to Riddock, who hits up really hard.
On the top.
With a torpedo from about 70 years. Smash that!
Gee whiz. He didn't think too much about it. He just had a crack. I think he could hear what we were saying up in the commentary. He just wanted to roost one through.
Goal of the year. Gone missing. That was an amazing kick. So Buffs there. Well done by the Buffaloes players. Sockers are down in front, down to the 50. Gained some territory. And they'll be happy with that.
It's been called
deliberate.
Yeah, it's be hard not to call that one deliberate. That's unfortunate there for Timothy Eldridge. But it is what it is.
So Palmerston with some numbers back there. Gives the handball to Marlon, who's playing his first game in the territory in this heat. I reckon he'll be struggling a little bit at this stage.
Be a bit slippery out there, I assume.
Dived on by Palmerston, however, he's wrapped up. And Sam Cunningham will come in and ball up. Umpire throws up. Two ruckmen grab each other and wrestle. No one can get it. Little one put on the boot forward there by Buffalo. Slapped back by Palmerston. Picked up by Clark. Looked to be taken high. And I think Sam Cunningham was blocked from there. The umpire off the ball paid it and was a correct call.
Yeah, it's by John Morrison there. He had the superior vision.
So they move it quickly. Remfrey inside 50. Saw the leading player.
Goes straight to Corbett. And they look like they're out a bit here.
They're going to try and run it out of defence here now. Baird. He hits a little one over the top. And speaking of run, this is Riddock. He runs really, really hard. Look at that acceleration. One bounce. He almost just kicked goal of the year. Goes inside 50 with a magnificent kick.
Excellent. Well done. Now they want to convert here because, like I said before, Firth, they're just hacking it forward, not getting a lot of reward. And we've got Jaden Shea here, and he'll want to kick it through, give him a moment's rest instead of having to set up for a kick out from the Buffaloes.
So Riddick's been in a bit of a purple patch there. He's been involved in a few of their scores. So he was best on ground last week by a country mile. Buff's giving him a lot of space.
Yep, he got through.
And that's Shea's second for Palmerston.
Yeah, it looks like Palmerston threatening now to make it a bit of a blur. But if history's taught me anything, Buffaloes are a pretty resilient outfit, and they won't really allow it to happen too easily. But they've got to make sure they lift their game. Otherwise, that's probably what will happen.
Yeah, I noticed they had a couple of Lockerwiak boys who were recruits this year playing in their first couple of games, and they were close to best on ground. So I'm not too sure where they are or...
Yep.
But they look to be missing those guys. They look like boom recruits and really, really good players. So Stokes in the middle for the Buffs in the ruck, who's not the tallest bloke, but he's got a massive lead. Ball picked up there, thrown on the boot forward. Two players go at it. That's really well crumbed there. I think that was by Clark. He goes forward, hits up the leading player from Buffaloes, who recovers. He tried to take the player on.
That's really good defence there. Good desperate defence by the Palmerston outfit. And there's a little bit of fire between the players, and it's 50 metres. And I think they were just trying to embellish it there.
Well, that was Ahmet Watkins, and he's the leading goal kicker so far in the competition. He's off to a magnificent start. I think he kicked 5 and then 7 or something like that. So
wow.
He hasn't featured on the scoreboard today, so he's probably getting a little bit frustrated, I would have thought. I just gave away a stupid one there as the ball goes over Guthrie's head. I think that's the captain, Stokes, there for the Buffs.
Oh, a little bit of high contact there.
Palmerston player had his head over the ball. Sutton.
Max Sutton, yep.
He gives it back to Little. Oh, Little, there was no space there, but he got through. Goes inside 50. Buffalo's player could have marked that, but he went to fist. I'm not even sure he got his fist on it. Picked up there by Buckland.
Jeez.
And well saved by the goalkeeper back there for the Buffs. So the ball goes out in front. That is Luke Roberts. If it stays in, he's got a little bit of space, but he can't keep it in.
That inside 50 from Palmerston sort of just threaded the needle through the players, didn't it? Didn't really look like it went to anyone in particular, but sort of fooled everybody. So we got on the far end there, throw in.
So Corbett versus Stokes. Corbett's got the height, gets in front, thumps it forward with a closed fist. Oh, I think the Buffs player may have thought that was going out. Anyway, they get the ball. They've got numbers around this contest and they can just use each other. Overcooks the kick a little bit. And I think that's Sutton taking the mark there, who was in the high possession count for Palmerston last week. And he's having a good season. He goes into the forward pocket. It's 2-on-1 of the Buffs. However, Palmerston win it. I think that might be Cooper or Baird.
Bit of friendly fire in the trip. Oh, no. That's a bit of a bummer because that they look threatening there. It's just a small impediment by his teammate. Causes a stoppage.
So the umpire goes up. Well won by Stokes. He's got a massive leap. However, Guthrie sharks it. Throws it on the boot. Couldn't get enough on it. The ball goes out of bounds in the forward pocket. Buffs chipping it around defence here. Umpire calls play on, so he's allowed to move. That was Mackenzie, little kick. It's dropped there by Abale. He gets under the pump, gives a little handball over the top. They're playing around with it here, the Buffs.
And Wharf there, just a little too overzealous on the tackle. And it goes back to the Buffs.
He goes inboard. Ball bounces off the chest of Stokes. Picked up by the Buffs, little handball over the top. That was Campbell. He goes to his brother, Matty Campbell. The ball goes over the back, but he can't keep it in. And everywhere Matty Campbell goes today, Jackson, Groves looks like he's going with him every single step of the way. So.
Yeah, and I've seen Groves back when I played with Districts and when he was in the midfield for Palmerston. He's he sticks tight. He's got a good tank on him, and he doesn't give you much at all. He's very committed. Plays his role well.
So short ball goes forward, shark by Campbell there on the left foot, spins around.
As soon as we mention it.
Ahmet Watkins comes up at it. He can't gather. Grigg extends the arms, keeps it in. However, it's smothered there. Soccer off the ground. Buffs are first to it. And there's a player on in the middle there.
Looks like Tommy Clark.
And the mark taken by, Tom Clark. Probably only 25 metres out. Will kick from 30 and really should put Buffalo's third goal on the board here.
Yeah, you'd want to get this one through, get a bit of momentum because they do have a lot of work to do, and they want to get started as quick as they can. And yep, through it goes. Well done, Tommy Clark. I'm sure his brother Jalen's watching on there. And off he comes for a spell. So is that the Kickstarter they need, Firth? Do you reckon that'll shake them up a bit and make them want to just keep working for the reward? Because sometimes, like no matter what you do on the field, as long as you get it through the sticks one way or another by foot, that's all you need to sort of worry about. Do you reckon this will be that'll be the goal that sort of kickstarts them?
Yeah, it could be. I think they've done well. I think Palmerston have won the possession in this quarter as well, but they haven't put it on the scoreboard as much as they did in the first quarter. So, Buff sort of against the trend. The inside 50 count would be clearly in favour of Palmerston, but
yep.
Yeah, sort of only 4 goals of difference, which I think Buffs would take at this stage. So, out in the middle there, Roberts, he can't grab it. I think that's Stokes. Look at that acceleration. He gives it to Remfrey, and then Remfrey hits up Gordon. Big row bottom's back there, so he can't go long to him. Tries to hit up Matty Campbell, but chopping in there, Backlund. Backlund goes out wide to a one-on-one bed with a big leap. Ball spills to ground. And Buffs will win the free kick there. Little kick over the top.
Lucky.
And the mark taken.
Oh, it's a 50. Oh, no.
Yeah, that looked to be a tough call. I presume it was for the new hold rule that they're playing this year.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, I don't think he did too much there, but doesn't matter. The penalty's been paid, so Buffs will want to get this one through. This is a bit of a gift, so they won't want to waste it.
Well, his feet seem to be planted because we're sitting side onto it, and his feet didn't move, but his hands moved out.
Yeah, I think it was the contact by the hand that caused it, which has led to another Buffs goal, and that brings the margin back to 21 points.
Yeah, bit of a strange call, but so 2 in a row to the Buffs.
Yep, it's looking good. So they'll just want to make sure they keep ticking them over. They've got the speed. The Stokes brothers, the Stokes family, sorry, and Timmy Eldridge are a few fast units there. So they want to make sure they get it in their hands, get it forward, and get some more points on the board.
So big row bottom in the middle, up against Lyons. Guthrie's first to it as the ball hits the ground. He runs at it hard. Palmerston there with the numbers around the ball. Williams, who also goes hard at it, picked up there by the Buffs. Handle over the top. Thrown on the boot inside 50 from Palmerston. Buffs with a handball, and he goes wide with a clearing kick out there, but it's a 2-on-1. Marlin's first back to it. His teammate tries to lay the shepherd. Marlin picks up, handles and gets it back. Goes inside. Williams couldn't gather. The big ruckman there, Lyons, go at it. The ball spills wide. And Palmerston will come out with it. However, the ball slips through his hands and it's picked up there by the Buffs. And it's well roved there. Handball over the top. They look like they're on here. That's a beautiful tap to his captain Stokes. He gives it over the top to the last goal kicker, Clark. He can spin round.
Oh, great kick. Beautifully spotted.
And goes inboard and finds Matty Campbell. So Groves hasn't given him much space, just lost him for 5 metres then. And
it looks like it's hasn't been the finest few minutes from Groves there. He'll want to make sure he can redeem himself, but that's all right. It's a long game. Still 2 quarters to go, not including this one.
Good use of the footy there by Clark as well.
Yep, and excellent spotting.
Campbell from right on the 50 sticks it through. So that's 3 in a row to the Buffs. And I reckon we might have a good game of footy on our hands here.
Yeah, it's 15 points to margin. And like I said before, Firth, they are a very, very resilient team, the Buffaloes. So they'll be making sure they just keep going, as every side wants to do. Just keep going and tick the points or goals over on the scoreboard. So they're looking good here. They'll be confident. Palmerston will just want to sort of quell the entries a bit. Rowbottom's winning him in the middle, but it's unfortunately it's not going forward in his advantage. Up we go.
The umpire throws up. That one's won by Lyons, but it's sharked there by Riddick.
And again, Morrison from the back there saw something and made the call.
He was on his way then, Riddick, so I'm not sure why advantage wasn't paid. However, umpires brought it back.
Yep.
And Riddick goes sideways to Wharf.
He's sporting a pretty good mullet there, Firth. What do you reckon?
Yeah, magnificent.
How does it stack up against the... there's a few mullets around. I think Michael Bowden's sporting one for the Crocs.
Yeah, easy for the commentators. Easy to spot.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Ball taken by Andrew Green. He gets it out wide, and he goes in the middle to Marlon, who's been impressive in his first game for Palmerston. That one skews off the side of the boot. Couldn't hit the big fella Rowbottom.
I think Rowbottom was a little bit tired there, Firth. He didn't look too worried and just sort of let it go because it's going to be brought to him anyway.
Well, he's done a lot of the work in the middle there. I noticed last week he swapped with Anand, and I thought Anand's tap work in the middle was actually really, really good. However, Rowbottom's done a whole heap of the work today with Anand staying back. So interesting to see how that works. That's thrown inside 50. Shark there by Williams, thrown on the right boot.
And went right across the face. And who have we got here? Kevin Moroney out of their defensive pocket. Eldridge makes a small lead.
Ignores that, goes over the top. Towards Carl Cossack from Catherine, one of Catherine's best players over the last sort of decade. And the ball goes out about 70 metres out from goal. I haven't called him too much tonight, so hopefully he can get involved. But he is a very good player. He's been travels a lot of kilometres coming up and back, and a very good player from Catherine. So he'll be looking to get more involved as the umpire throws it in. The two big fellas go at it. Rowbottom over the back, but it's sharked there by Cossack. Throws it on the boot. Brodie Foster picks up,
good body
spins, goes to a one-on-one inside, and it was a great kick. Oh, the Buffs player's taken the mark and he played on.
Oh, he's played.
Correct call by the umpire. He's run himself into trouble. Ball goes to Matty Campbell. Groves gets his fist on it. Well done there by Groves. He kept it in front. You wouldn't want to be one-on-one there with Campbell. He's wrapped up. Matty Campbell there wraps up Flanagan, who I think I may have called McMahon a few times today. He's actually played really well, Flanagan.
Yeah. That was a good bit of footy there. So a little bit going on there between Riddick and Sharples there. A little bit of body work, sizing each other up.
And then has a crack at it and follows it up with a massive tackle. Ball couldn't be picked up by Collinson. And that'll be half-time here. So, a really good game of footy at TIO Stadium here on a Saturday night. Matty Campbell down.
Yeah, no, he's all right. Yeah, they've picked him up. So, good response there by the Buffaloes. And it's one thing about half-time. Sometimes it can really put a stall to the momentum that's created by teams. So, hopefully they can continue that on and make it a good contest. And Palmerston will be filthy about that quarter. They'll want to make sure they come out and produce what they did in the first. So, looking forward to seeing that. Stay with us.
Yeah, it's got a close finish written all over it. Palmerston, 7 goals, 5-47. At halftime, lead the Buffaloes, 5 goals, 2-32.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand.
Or something else.
So if they ever ask to borrow your car,
As you know they will.
you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you.
It's good to know. So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
This weekend is our CFS Gear Umpires Round.
To say thanks to our existing umpires. and to find our next umpiring superstars.
Show us your best holding the ball.
Your best push in the back.
And even your best holding the player.
If you think you are the next best NTFL umpire,
come to our open training each Tuesday and Thursday night
from 5:30 p.m. at TIO Stadium.
For more information and to sign up, visit umpire.afl.
Absolutely zero.
Zero.
yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
And it's not just the physical abuse, it's the things we don't see.
It is hurting our families. It is killing our families.
A lot of people have been silent to this fact, and I think it's about time we all speak up together and say no more to this form of abuse.
No more.
No more. No more family violence.
No more to the family violence.
No more. No more.
No more.
Listen up, kids. Make school your story. Help you succeed and rise to glory.
Expect to go to school.
So go the distance. Attend every day. Learn and listen. School holiday rocking. We love our break.
Time with friends and family is always great.
When it's time for school, don't get slack.
Except to go to school, can't wait to get back. So don't cut corners.
Do the full term. It's safe to go to school and it's time to learn. So don't cut corners. Do the full term. Make school your story and it's time to learn.
School returns February 2021. Written and authorised by the Northern Territory Government.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
The time to kickstart your business is now. Get your message across with the experienced local TV production team at Kick Digital. Cost effective, rapid turnaround, exceptional service. Kick Digital. Television production energised.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal for all school-related activities. 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact CFS Gear for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Vaccinate to protect our players.
To protect our coaches.
To protect our umpires.
To protect our supporters.
To protect our game.
Head to the Danila Dilba website for more information.
Getting my hands on the footy and just being with my mates.
I like being outdoors. It just makes me happy.
I don't like it when I get yelled at.
It's pretty embarrassing when someone's shouting at you halfway through the game.
It makes me feel like I'm useless and I can't do anything.
We're just kids.
We're just here to have fun.
Let us do what we love.
Just let kids be kids.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
NTFL sponsors and partners. Carlton United Breweries, Towards Zero, Impex, Telstra, McDonald's, Intersport, No More, Sterling NT, Bridge Toyota, the team of KPMG and PricewaterhouseCoopers. And a big thank you to our media and broadcast partners. Mix 104.9, Hot 100, 7 Darwin, MTU and the team at Kick Digital. And a special thank you to our premier partners, Northern Territory Government, the Australian Government, Zones Palmerston, MAP and TIO. Alright, we're just a few moments away from resuming the second half of the football here at TIO Stadium for round 3 CFS Gears Umpires Round. Now, just a bit of information about our debut umpire this evening, Emma Stark. At the age of 15, she was leading goal kicker for the under-15s competition, kicking a whopping 54 goals last season and also taking out the league's best and fairest medal. She's a part of our NT Thunder Academy squad and still finds the time to umpire each weekend. So, whether it be umpiring or playing, the future of footy is exciting, especially for our young girls.
Welcome back, everybody. If you've just joined us, we are underway for the third quarter between the Darwin Buffaloes and the Palmerston Magpies. And Palmerston Magpies busted out of the blocks there, Clint, and then Buffaloes responded with a few handy goals to sort of even the ledger up a bit. And let's see what they can do in this third quarter.
Yeah, definitely much better quarter there by the Buffaloes. I think their coach, Cameron Stokes will be much happier with that. And yeah, as we said going in the break, I reckon we may have a really good game of footy here in Darwin on a Saturday night.
They're sort of the same. They're sort of thereabouts with each other, aren't they? In terms of where they'll stack up in the end of the season, they're sort of in the same sort of ballpark at the moment. And on paper, if Palmy win tonight, they'll jump over the top of them and land themselves in fourth spot.
Yeah, I think at the start of the season, Buffs sitting at the top would have taken that.
Yep.
After round 2, obviously. And I would say Palmerston will be pretty happy with 1-1 as well. So,
yep, definitely.
Yeah, starting to get a feel for where these teams are. So, big Rowbottom versus Lions. Rowbottom gets his hand on it. Stokes is going to be the first one back. He's got that amazing acceleration, gives the handball to Abala. Abala to Lions, throws it on the boot. It does not hit it well. And that's a really good mark there taken by Baird. Baird goes into the middle to Riddick. And he takes the mark. He goes wide out there, and the mark taken by Jason Baird. He goes long to a 2-on-2. Ugle in front, Corbett at the back. Rowbottom doing the rowing. I'm not sure if that's where you want him. Ball picked up there by Cooper. That's a really good tackle there laid on him by Eldridge.
Yeah, good tackle by him. Good small defender, Eldridge. He's very, very hard to catch. He's very quick, and he when he gets hold of you, he rarely lets go.
Ruckman almost split that again, shark by Cooper, but he couldn't get his hands on it. Sutton goes in hard, players on top, and we'll have another ball up. Rowbottom, again sharp by Cooper, 3 in a row. Baird knocks it forward. Guthrie goes in, wrapped up by a really good tackle there by Campbell. And a very contested style of footy to start this quarter.
Yeah, it's a very sloppy start at the moment, and it's staying down there at the forward line for the Magpies, I believe. And they want to make sure they try to get it out, get a bit of a score going, restart.
Handball back to Abala, throwing it on the boot. That's number 24 there. Sharples couldn't grab it. Goes in there. Oh, the Buffaloes player went in really, really hard, put his head over the ball and earned a free kick, which was there.
Yeah, Guthrie sort of just jumped a little bit, I think, before he made the tackle, and that accentuated the sort of high contact, so didn't really do himself any favours there, and the Buffaloes are away.
Gordon goes out wide to Moroney. And Buffs head towards half forward, out in front of the Buffs player there. Picked up by Andrew Green, has one bounce, almost doesn't come back to him. He doesn't have a lot to go to forward. Ends up going around the corner on the left foot. It gains some meterage, and I think Palmerston will be pretty happy with that. It was a 3-on-1.
Yeah, I think Corbett did what he could there just to disguise a little bit, and I think it worked, so good on him. And,
two ruckmen go at it, and the two ruckmen fall to ground. Stokes again, you can see him every time he gets the ball. He's just got amazing acceleration. He gets the handball out there to Renfrey. Renfrey goes chips it over the top, picked up by Groves. Defensive handball back. That's McMahon. Palmerston, just a little chain of handballs there. I think that's Wharf with a beautiful left foot kick. And Palmerston going to move it through half 40. Actually, that wasn't Wharf, because I think this is...
Groves is on his own in the top 50 there, but doesn't go to him.
The Buffaloes player read that the best. Cooper picks up for Palmerston, goes to the top of the square to the captain.
And Christopher Williams, we got him this time, Perth.
We got him, and Jackson Clark wasn't too far behind him. He's a good player, and he hits it hard as well, and he's very dangerous up forward. So,
is he kick 2 or?
I've got him down for 2. Yeah.
Yep. So he's going for number 3 here. That's a great effort. It's good. It's a good way to demonstrate your captaincy to getting a few goals every now and again. He'll be loving tonight.
So Williams, 25 metres out, quite a sharp angle to the near side. And misses. So Palmerston go to 7 goals, 648. Leading the Buffaloes 5 goals, 232. 4 minutes into the third quarter. The ball's brought in and the mark taken there by Brown. Brown's going to have to go long down the line. Oh, he spots up Sharples. He can't grab it. Ball spills over the back. Taken by Lambton, who looked to be taken by the legs.
It's a good tackle there.
Guthrie goes in and wraps up Grant. And we'll have another ball up. Well done there by Riddick. He was showing body contact there by Sharples, but he still managed to get away. Sutton over the top there, picked up by Gordon. He gives the handball back. Buffs player almost ran himself into trouble. Remfrey spins. Clark picks up. Sharples gives the handball, and the Buffs will eventually clear down the line. Oh, it hit the chest there.
Some good composure there by Buffaloes.
Baird, he couldn't wrap that up. As Riddock comes off for a rest, and he's replaced by Shea. Two ruckmen go at it. Ball drops short. Rowbottom read it the best. Picked up by Clark. Tries to spin out of trouble. He's taken. Well done there by Grigg. Keeps it in front. He goes inboard. I think that's Cooper. Ball goes over the back. Who's first back there? Williams. He can't grab it. Spills back to Cooper on the right foot round the corner.
Well done. Great kick there. Great team goal.
And he's had a really good start to the quarter. He's been involved in everything up there.
Yep. Who have we got there that put that one through?
Cooper.
Cooper, yep.
Justin Cooper for his. We've got him down for 2.
Gee, the Palmerston Magpies are they're getting silver service by Rowbottom in the ruck tonight. He's been clearly winning it out of the contest, and they'll be loving his contribution tonight.
Umpire throws it up in the middle. Well done there by Stokes. He can't grab. Grigg out in the middle. The Buffs player attacked it hard. There's Cooper again. Picks up, but he's wrapped up straight away. Gets the handball. The player there, Gordon, overran it for the Buffs. Players going in hard. The intensity has definitely picked up.
That was great play there by Eldridge. He did well, followed the ball up, picked it up, and took the tackle on really well. Good, tough player.
I like Gordon. I haven't seen too much of him, but he runs in straight lines, and he looks like a bit of a bull there for the Buffs. So and he's had a good game. As we have a stoppage.
Yep.
Players go at it. Clark gets himself up from the bottom of the pack.
Yeah, he went in hard there. Good on him.
Stokes goes early and beats the much bigger Rowbottom. He's got a massive leap on him, Stokes. Well picked up there by Little. It's right on the boot forward, and that's a really, really good mark there taken by Baird.
Has he been the fullback for most of the evening?
Yeah, he's him and Lennon.
So those two have, I think they've held Hassan Ahmad Watkins goalless as of tonight, which is an incredible effort because Ahmad Watkins he's the favourite at the moment to win the Dennis Dunn leading goal kicking award so far, and you know the Buffaloes aren't that far behind, but they've got their goals not by Ahmad Watkins, so they'd be loving him to make a bit of a contribution when he can. Yeah, not to discredit him, but they'll want him to get involved and be effective.
Yeah, full credit to the Palmerston defence there. I think it might even be Anand who's playing on him back there.
Yep.
Well done.
Another one there by Rowbottom.
Baird, he gives the handball back to Little chip kick that didn't go 15, picked up by Wharf. He goes to Guthrie. Guthrie on the left foot, handball over the top, over the head of McMahon. Baird runs onto it, gets a little toe poke forward. Buckland picks up. Baird keeps going forward. That's really well done. Oh,
that is
got
a
him
big.
high. Oh, that was.
That's Eldridge's downfall. He's a bit too hard sometimes, and it works to his detriment.
Jeez,
that was a big hit.
Jackson, he put his head down and went really, really hard at that, and we know he's had a few problems before, so
he's all right. Good to see him back up and about.
More credit to him.
Will they give him the footy? Yeah.
Yeah, it's his kick.
Well, that's just a good hard contest, and it's just the way it goes in footy.
He gives it to Jackson Clark. Jackson Clark on the right boot. By Palmerston, Rowbottom. Buffs claiming deliberate. I'm not too sure if he knew where he was kicking it, so it couldn't be paid deliberate.
It's an odd sort of kick there by Rowbottom. And geez, he's been good in the ruck, hasn't he, for Palmerston, Firth?
Yeah, he has, and I noticed he likes the one sock up, one sock down look, Jackson. He's done that for a few weeks. I'm not sure if it's a deliberate thing, but he seems to roll with that a lot. So
I think it's the shin guard that gets put in the longer sock, the sock that's pulled up. Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Cooper, who's been on fire this quarter, he hits up his captain, Williams. Williams sees something inboard. It's sort of a 50-50 ball. Good spoil there. Spills to the back there. McKenzie can't pick up. And Palmerston not happy with that. However, it's been a free kick awarded, and it's going to go to Brown, who clears to the outer side. Oh, they were going to clear to the outer side. Cossack there picks up, goes into the middle, and Williams again, who's becoming crucial, takes the mark. Oh, he didn't need to play on then. He was only 30 metres out. Too unselfish. Corbett couldn't grab it. Roberts goes in there.
They might get one anyway, but yeah, Williams should have just stuck with that one further. I think you're right there, mate. But doesn't matter. They're getting another look at it, so they want to put this one through and stretch that lead out almost to a game high of 28 points.
So I think this might be Cooper again, who this quarter has been electric. He's been in everything.
Lines up, comes through.
So going for his third, straight over the goal umpire's head, and Palmerston putting their foot to the floor here. They move to 9 goals, 660. And as you said, Jackson, that's almost a game-high lead, 28 points. Buffalo's 5 goals, 232.
Yeah, so they're starting to replicate what they did in that first quarter, Firth, and they'll be happy with that. And Buffalo's still there, still thereabouts. 28 points can be a big margin come the fourth quarter. Luckily, they're not there yet, so they want to sort of quell this as soon as they can to give themselves another shot and get some momentum going. Oh, there's a bit of language been thrown around down there outside.
Yes, I'm not too happy in the crowd. Not too sure who he's going on about, but there's that massive leap from Stokes again. Gets his handball on it. Picked up there by Cossack. Flicked back there by Palmerston. Riddick picks up. He can't grab it. Picked up there by Clark. He's dispossessed, and the umpires are judged to be held. He was held.
Yeah, I think it was Tommy Clark that was held there. Just a little bit too long, and here we go, Firth. They'll want to have a nice clean entry here, but Palmerston have been defending well tonight, and let's see what they can do.
Well, the big fella's back there, row bottom in the hole. So Clark's going to play on. He gets some good run from Abala. Abala from 55 doesn't hit it well. However, it goes out in front there of Ishmael Palmer. Ishmael Palmer taps in front of himself towards the boundary, throws it on the boot. Palmerston player there used his body well. And I think that might even be Williams who's gone back there, I thought.
It's great defence there again by Palmerston, just backing each other in. There's plenty of support to the contest, and this is the reward. They avert some attacking points against them, and but it looks like Buffaloes might have another entry here.
So Clark, who's playing a really good game, takes the mark right in the centre of the ground. He hits up Abala, who's also getting into it in this third quarter. Matty Campbell comes charging out, it dives forward. And Groves just couldn't go with him then. It was a beautiful kick.
Yeah.
Nothing Groves could do. And Matty Campbell will try and steady the ship. No, he won't. He gives the handball off there. Left foot. Ball goes forward. That's either Sharples or Palmer down there that can't mark. Ball picked up there by Andrew Green. He doesn't mind having a bounce when he gets it. Has one. Gives it there to Flanagan. Back to Green, who fumbles. Yeah, he didn't have too much forward there, Green. I could see why he was sort of handballing sideways and bouncing. Yeah. He didn't have a lot to kick to. He was trying to make something of it.
Sometimes this can be the best case scenario, just to allow him to restructure. But it always feel like you're sort of second best when that sort of stuff happens.
Oh, Shark there, Riddock. He gives the handball there to Shea. That's Ugle. Ball spills over the back. McKenzie going at it. Palmerston player on there. Picked up there again by McKenzie. Good second effort. Spirals 130 metres forward. However, it only goes to Baird. Baird there gives the handball to Lambton. And Lambton gives the handball there to Anand. Anand, who's kept Watkins, arm out Watkins, very, very quiet today. Clark again, high, pitching wedge forward, right on the 50. picked up there. I think that might be Riddick. He drills one forward, but it's only going as far as Mackenzie, and he's going to bring it back. Gives the handball in the middle to Renfrey, and Renfrey goes inside 50. It's 2-on-1. However, the one almost wins. That's Ishmael Palmer. Spins round on the right foot.
Palmerston defence again.
Getting back there, the little back pocket from Palmerston, and he clears for Palmerston, and Guthrie takes the mark as he says, we're going to slow down here. Doesn't have a lot to do, and there's Riddick, who hits up hard every time. He goes inboard, and I think that might be Marlon takes the mark. So the two West Australian boys from the Waffle combining. Marlon doesn't mess around and absolutely nails the tour, but goes inside 50 towards Cooper. And why wouldn't you? Because he's had a brilliant quarter. Ball picked up there by Eldridge. He goes wide of Barla. Well gathered. Goes inboard and hits up Clark, who's having a little bit of a purple patch. Clark on his left foot. Well done there by Guthrie, backed in. They were off there. Guthrie did really well to get a hand in there.
Just that little tap was just enough to put it out of the bus player's reach, and it looks like they're going to be lining up for a shot. And we've got Justin Cooper here, and he kicks it over to Corbett in the nice red wheels, as he said earlier, Firth. And he's a good goal kicker, this guy. He's just got to make sure he does the things right, because his silky skills will take care of the rest.
And that goal assist came from Cooper. So he's had an absolute blinder this third quarter. And at 28 points, halfway through more than halfway through the third quarter, if he kicks this, red flags for the Buffs.
Yeah, you think so. Like, I've had plenty of time and coming through, and it just drifts to the left. But yeah, the warning signs now for Darwin Buffaloes. They want to make sure they do what they can now. They can't really just leave it to the fourth quarter. They've got to make sure they go now.
Mark taken there by Gordon. Gordon goes over the top. Mark taken by Brown. Brown tries to go wide, doesn't hit it well. He tried to spot up Mackenzie.
Just those fundamental skills by the Buffaloes tonight. They're not doing properly, and that's what's cost them, I think. And just coming out of defence, like little things like that, under no pressure, and should be able to nail those.
Rowbottom again. That was almost a throw. He hit it with two hands and grabbed it forward like a volleyball sort of.
So, yeah, he looked like he sort of got a hand of it and didn't really constitute as a tap. But it's just a result of his just getting in the right positions, using the big, strong body, and good footy smarts, good ruck craft.
Umpire launches one in. Directly under us, goes a little to the left. However, nice throw. Picked up there by Roberts. Handball over the top. Wharf goes in. Clark, a little toe poke forward. Groves and Matty Campbell go at it. Matty Campbell to it, couldn't gather, hand on it, the ball goes out of bounds. So, Jackson, I'm just thinking, what could possibly Buffaloes do? Matty Campbell will run through the midfield. He's played well up forward, and he always will. But
yeah, that's not a bad call, because he knows where to find. He knows how to find the ball. He knows how to read the play really well. So that could be a good suggestion for him, because he's obviously effective when it's around his area, and with the amount of goals that Palmerston are scoring at the moment. Bit of a high tackle there.
It was taken high.
Yeah, it's not a bad call if they chuck him in the midfield just to find a bit of footy and supply the forward line a bit there, because Palmerston have got all the answers at the moment.
So Greg goes down. It's a 2-on-1. The one wins out. Baird spins around. He gets wrapped up and slung as he kicked it. And the umpire said he was taken high while slung. So Baird, umpire clears the area.
So we got the best seats in the house here. Firth, is he going to do it for us?
Directly behind, probably kicking from about 30 metres. Stabs at it, but straight over the goal umpire's head. Gives a little shake of the jumper to the crowd.
That was a bit of a Jonathan Thurston sort of they sort of becomes a bit of a helicopter. having a bit of a malfunction with the screen there, Firth. Hopefully we can get that resolved.
And the scoreboard's just flickering. I'm not too sure, but hopefully we don't blow up.
I think we'll be okay. Hope that's all right. We'll still be able to do our work and call this next part.
So Cunningham throws it up. Corbett in the middle, straight down to Sutton. Sutton around the corner on the left foot. Good body work there by McKenzie. Done well. Hit the ground. Handballs out to Jackson Clark. Jackson Clark, here's the voice out the back. Gives it to Gordon, but it's good pressure from the Magpies as the ball's smothered. Picked up by Grigg, and he goes inboard. And guess who?
To Justin Cooper.
Justin Cooper.
It's a good bit of pressure there too, and that just made the Buffaloes panic a bit. And yeah, it's not looking too good for the Buffs at the moment. Magpies are doing really, really well. I think, Coach Joshua Heath will be absolutely thrilled with this quarter that his team are putting on, and he's gonna want to hope that they can keep it going. And it just goes to the left, unfortunately.
So that was for his fourth. I see Grant's running with him. I'm not sure if he's run with him the whole quarter, to be honest, but he's absolutely dominated, so it might be worth a change there.
Yep.
As the mark there, taken by Clark, hits it off the instep, doesn't hit it well. Maroney.
Oh, here we go.
All goes inboard.
And that wasn't the best kick at all by Tommy Clark. He'd be spewing with that one. Just wasn't a sure thing. Too much pressure around the ball once it hit the deck, and we're about to witness another goal attempt by the Magpies in the form of Jason Baird. So they want to convert here, otherwise things will just get a little bit frustrating.
So Baird.
You can hear that in the crowd. He's obviously kicked it. Well done.
Drills it. Little chest pump. And Palmerston are away. It's very impressive.
I think, they're starting to pull the trigger a bit. And this is good from the Palmerston Magpies. We haven't seen this sort of point score from them for a while. So it'd be good for the Palmerston club. Be good for the fans. They'll want to make sure that this team can continue this throughout the season, because it is a long and tough season up here in the Northern Territory, and it's up to you've got to make sure you get that sustainability and trust within the group. Well done.
And with the players go at it again. We're at the 22-minute mark of the third quarter.
So Corbett to Sutton combination there again. That was really good. Seems to be working for him at the moment.
Eldridge handball over the top. Taken by Jackson Clark, but the siren goes. And Palmerston really put their foot to the floor that quarter. As you said, Joshy Heath, their coach, would be stoked, and they're looking really, really good. More than doubling the score at three-quarter time of the Buffaloes. So at three-quarter time, the Palmerston Magpies 11 goals, 8, 74. Lead the Darwin Buffaloes 5 goals, 2, 32.
You know what great mates Territorians can be. Always willing to lend a hand. Or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know. So get a quote today. TIO. We're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club has been renovated. Come check out our brand new cafe, open 7 days a week. And with the new Kids Club, we are the perfect spot for a worry-free catch-up with friends. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gathering or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
This weekend is our CFS Gear Umpires Round.
To say thanks to our existing umpires.
and to find our next umpiring superstars.
Show us your best holding the ball.
Your best push in the back.
And even your best holding the player.
If you think you are the next best NTFL umpire,
come to our open training each Tuesday and Thursday night
from 5:30 p.m. at TIO Stadium.
For more information and to sign up, visit umpire.afl.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
All right, welcome back. If you've just joined us, Darwin Buffaloes 5-2-32, trailing Magpies 11-8-74, and we're just about to enter the final quarter, into the last round, to the last match of the Men's Premier League round. And I'm here with Clinton Firth. My name's Jackson DeSantis, and it's looking like Palmerston Magpies will run out with this one. Firth been wrong before, but they're looking very strong.
Yeah, after a really gallant fight back from the Buffaloes in the second quarter, Palmerston definitely were on top again in that third quarter. So unless they pull something big out of the bag, yeah, looks like Palmerston's game. But as you say, who knows? So out of the middle there by Stokes.
Good defence there.
Plays And the ball's taken out there by Flanagan, who's played a really good game. Marlin takes the mark. He's opposed to his opposition number 22 there. Carl Cossack. So Marlin goes long down the line. Grigg gets one hand to it.
That's a great grab. Well done there, Grigg.
And just scoots it in. That's tough because, especially people watching down south, it's really, really sticky. Like, it's so humid, Jackson, and it's hard to appreciate. The ball gets really, really slippery. It's almost like wet weather football.
Yep.
So to take a one-hander like that and pull it in is remarkable. That was a great kick.
Yep.
Yeah, so Cooper, inside 50. Ball goes over the back. It's cleaned up by Roberts, and then Roberts is cleaned up. Wharf just lets him know that he cleaned him up.
Oh, there's a bit of arge going on.
That's Eldridge, sorry. Eldridge and Wharf just having a few words to each other.
I think that was that's Dylan Gordon and Wharf.
Anyway, the umpire's plucked out a free kick there to Eldridge, so he goes across the ground. Ball taken by the Buffs. They got plenty of space out there. Mackenzie on the right boot goes to the hard runner Stokes, and look at him accelerate away from Groves. Taps it out in front. That's an important little tap onto the advantage there.
Oh, great tackle there. Is that Groves?
Oh, umpire's called legged.
Oh.
They moving on forward, and the mark there taken by Ishmael Palmer.
He's been all right in patches tonight, Firth. He's just got to make sure he puts this one through, and just to give it a little on, he's handed off to Clark.
Clark on the right boot, goes forward. Matty Campbell's there. He's the smallest man in the pack, but got hands to it. Has a crack off the ground. He can't, picks up again, spins round.
Oh, has he got it?
It's hit the post.
Hit the post.
So he's dangerous. You just got to watch him. Has Palmerston go into the pocket? Riddick didn't mark, but the umpires paid their chop of the arms and is awarded the free kick. He goes in short, the mark taken by Lambton. He gives it back to Riddick. And Riddick, he better get rid of it. Goes inboard. Ball taken there by McMahon. And then Grigg, who's almost been best on ground, goes forward. Buffaloes try to clean up. Ball there taken by Maroney. He goes back there to Brown, and Brown goes inboard and finds Remfrey. They're on the open side. There's a couple of times this quarter they're very open on the outer side. And that's Jackson Clark. He's got an absolute mile out there. He was going to go over the top to his captain. Instead goes inside 50. Palmerston first to it. Gives the handball out in front of Stokes. They need one from their captain. He goes on the right boot. Screws it a little bit too far around the corner. Through for 1 point. So they've come out firing, Jackson.
Yep, they have. And they're just not getting that reward. As I mentioned earlier, you just got to make sure you put it through the big sticks. Otherwise, it just becomes a tiring thing. And you almost don't want to work too hard because you sort of expect to just get the minor score. So they've just got to keep going. No matter how hard it is, just keep having a crack.
Flanagan hits up Lambton, and Lambton hits up Guthrie.
Yeah, Guthrie and Grigg have been very good for the Magpies tonight.
He finds a ton of it, Guthrie, and again, he's played really well. Goes out to Riddick. It's 3-on-1. Ball goes over the back. Oh, the Buffs player. That was good body work by Palmerston. Forced the pressure on the kick, and it goes out of bounds. And the free kick will be taken by Little. He doesn't waste any time. Goes forward. Oh, not a great kick to the pocket. And I think that was juggled over the line there by Gordon. Umpires agree. Umpire throws it in. The big fella Rowbottom in front. Well done there by Brown. He grabs it. Comes to Little on the boot. Goes forward. And the mark there taken by Maroney. Again, on the outer side, they've got a lot of space, Buffs. So they are spreading it, and they've just got to hit this next kick inside. Backland does really well for Palmerston. Here's the voice out the back, Maroney. Maroney through to Little, and then Little to Marlin. Marlin on the boot. He goes inside 50 to a one-on-one. That's really good body work there by the Buffs full back. It spills to Cooper. He gives the handball to Grigg. And Grigg from 20 metres out puts it through. And that's going to make it very, very hard for the Buffs who have had the run of play this quarter.
Yeah, it's 40 points now, and Joshua Heath will be very pleased with this. He'll just want to make sure that they get through. They don't let up, and they just got to make sure that they stay healthy as well and try not to get too injured. But warning signs now for Buffs. I don't see them getting past. Don't see them getting past and beating the Magpies tonight, Firth.
Now, that was Cooper again with the goal assist. So I've got Cooper down for 3 goals. He's kicked a couple of behinds. And I reckon he's given off 3 as well. He's been really, really good small forward up there. And
you love that as a coach because you know that they've got that selfless aspect of them. And, even though they can score, they try to do their best to, make sure... Oh, we got a bit of a mix-up here. Yeah, so they want to make sure that... as well as you can score goals, you can also make sure you give your teammates the best opportunity possible if it's not up to you.
And if you've got Eddie Betts coming back in this team and you're a small forward, you'd be sort of cringing a bit. You're not sure if you're going to be playing next week, but he's been probably best on ground, in my view, with Grigg.
Yeah. That was a great tackle there by Eldridge. Yeah, fantastic tackle. He just sort of hung on and went to the rodeo. He just didn't let up. He kicks it in the middle there to Brodie Foster. He plays on. Just kicks it on the outside.
Still on the right boot. Mark taken there by Cossack. Cossack goes to Campbell. And McMahon was right with him. Flanagan was right with him, and that's a good takeout in front from Campbell.
Not sure he has the leg for this one, Firth, but...
his body language would say otherwise. He hasn't looked around. He's probably done this a few times, so let's see. So Matty Campbell playing his 100th game for the Buffaloes today. Played 80-odd for North Melbourne Football Club. Worked in talent with AFLNT. Now with Clonsarf. Been around a long time, done it all.
Yeah, he's a great example. He's a great role model for young players up here. Just to he's been in AFL and he's spending his time in his work life giving back to the community, and it's a great thing to do.
So Sutton in the back pocket does not have a lot to go to. He looks a little bit hesitant, so he says, I'm going to run around the man on the mark. Goes to Buckland. That's well spoilt there. Jackson Clark handballs over the top. Oh, he's a sitting duck then. It came down on his head. The Palmerston player, and he was wrapped up.
There was Max Sutton there. Not much else he could have done. Did well.
Umpire launches one beautiful throw in. Stokes, little flick, almost could have been a throw. Riddick's wrapped up. Ball comes out there to Gordon. Gordon goes inside 50. Matt Watkins comes at it.
Oh, there we go.
And takes the mark. So I
think is that his first mark inside 50?
I think it will almost be his first mark for the day. So he started the year on fire, as we've said throughout the broadcast. Kicked a lot of goals. 12 in the first 2 weeks, and full credit to Kobe Anand, who stuck with him all day, and I think this may be his first shot at goal.
It's a great kick.
Beautiful kick. Buffs get one back.
Yeah, like you said, Firth, Eddie Betts coming in to the Palmerston side, so you'd be a bit worried if you're a small forward, but I'm pretty sure that's... Eddie Betts would be looking to, help bring the young fellas through, and I think it'd be a bit of a buzz. I certainly would love to have Eddie Betts in my team if he come and played the Pints, that's for sure.
And you look at Marlon, who's a quality, tall defender from the Waffle. He's played senior football Waffle. You've got Rudy Riddick, who is best on ground. You put Eddie Betts in the team.
Yep. And
you got these young guys in there. That Guthrie's a really good midfielder. They got a really, really good core group of players there. Clark, who's been one of Buffalo's best players.
Yep.
Kicks the ball forward, but the mark there intercepted by Baird. Not too sure what he's going to do. Gets a call from Green.
He's defended well tonight, hasn't he, Baird? He's done extremely well.
He's done well. Green on that beautiful left foot. Ball goes forward. Palmerston get it. Well done there by Brown. came at it really hard, and with the single fist, the ball goes out of bounds, almost directly under the scoreboard on the outer wing.
So, yeah, it looks like we've got the scoreboard working again, thanks to the tech team, and people can see the score now. We've got the monitor working up here, so all good. Rowbottom again with that silver service.
And that is shark magnificently. I think that was bad.
I think if Palmerston can get that combination right in the middle, that'll be something for all the other teams in the competition to really look out for, because it is being put on. They're just putting on a clinic with that tonight.
Abala spins around, almost spins himself out of possession there. Oh, he tried to take on one too many. Guess who? Cooper on the left foot goes inside. Umpire said not 15 or touched off the boot. Thrown on the boot by McMahon forward. It's 3-on-1 and the numbers win out. Handball ends up with Stokes over the top. He goes inboard but overcooks it. It's going to end up all right. Gathered there by...
Matty Campbell's out.
Matt Watkins it was up there. Gathers, he's gone forward. And then Matty Campbell's left one out in the 50. And good luck to you, Caelan Groves. The mark's taken.
I think he's just sort of slipping with Stokesy with Campbell at the moment. But when the game was in the balance, Groves was very good.
So Matty Campbell will kick this from about 48 metres. Umpire moves a little to her left.
Good
However,
goal.
through for a goal. And Magpies, 12 goals, 9, 81. The Buffs kick that. They go to 7 goals, 5, 47. As we tick past the 12-minute mark of this final quarter.
So there's a little small sniff there for the Buffaloes, but one would assume that's the Makies will run away with this one. And I think it'll just be a case of too late for the Buffs, as umpire Morrison goes to put the ball up for us.
So the game before this, Nightcliff defeated Wanderers quite convincingly. Watched that game live, and they looked at a class above, to be honest. So they're just flexing their muscle, and
they're just they're three Peters. I mean, that sort of speaks for itself. But it counts for nothing if you don't back it up in this sport. You got to make sure you demonstrate early. And it is a long season. This season is unique. It overlaps over 2 years, and you want to make sure that try to be as consistent as you can, and keep yourself right for the pointy end of the season, which is sort of around February, March 1st, because that's an exciting time to play footy up here.
Yep. So Matty Campbell again. I think their coach, Cameron Stokes, has moved Matt Watkins up the field and left the forward 50 basically to Matty Campbell, and it seemed to have worked this last quarter. Matt Watkins has got into the game sort of forward.
Yeah, I think that's a good move, because gives Matt Watkins a chance to get his hands on the footy, just so he doesn't stay stagnant all night, and because Matty Campbell's been doing well forward all night, so it makes sense.
That's why misses that one. That was probably one of his easier kicks for the night. Hopefully you can still see us. We see our screens and the scoreboard flickering, so...
Apologies to those streaming on the NT News website or AFL NTV on YouTube, but we'll get that sorted as soon as we can. That's out in the full there by the Palmerston team. Another opportunity here for the Buffaloes.
As the Buffs go inside 50, that's a really good shimmy there by Cossack. To the top of the square, Matty Campbell, magnificent fist in there by Groves, and Palmerston going to clear here. The ball goes over the top, and the mark there taken by Ugle. Ugle's not going to waste any time. He hits Riddick, and Riddick leads up every time for the ball. Opposition teams have to get onto this.
Oh, that's a 50 there. Unfortunately for Luke Roberts, he was running in the protected zone, and that would be a bit of a That'll blow the wind out of your sails because they were going all right there, and this will really sort of hurt. See what they do with it from here. And as I say, yeah, Rudy Riddick, is he going to have a shot? Looks like he is, yes. This to take it out to 87 points. And, oh, he hits the post.
Just declare that's their total to 87 points, not the margin.
Yes, yeah, 87 points for the Maggies, but unfortunately he didn't get that one. Takes him to 82 points.
Mark, they're taken by Grant. Grant's going to go back across goals there. Oh, I spilled there by the Buffs. He's put himself under the pump, spins around, gets a handball. Early call by the umpire, but he's pinged him.
That's the price of those no pressure fumbles in the back line, Firth. They absolutely kill you, and this is just a textbook demonstration of just that. You just can't afford, like, you know, when you're coming out of defence like that, you got to make sure you hit those targets with no pressure. Otherwise, you drop the ball or a fumble, it becomes pressure, and then the other team just preys on that. It gives them a sniff, and they just want to hunt you. And well done there by Corbett.
So Corbett
just fades it to the left.
Across the face of goal. And then puts the margin at 35 points. 16 minutes into the last quarter. As the ball goes to the middle of the ground. Big row bottoms there. Shark by Eldridge. He comes hard at it. Over the back there to Grigg. He gives the handball there to Flanagan.
And Riddick again there.
Flanagan, Lambton and Riddick, who he just hits up all day long. Again to his waffle team, to his fellow West Australia waffle player Marlon, who's played very, very well in his first game. He goes across the ground and the mark taken by Shea. Shea goes, hits up Grigg, and Grigg spins around, does not hit it properly, goes out to the wing. Cooper's out there. He leads back to the ball, keeps it in play. Guthrie's there to his captain Williams, who picks up on the 50. Handballs over the top, back to Guthrie. Guthrie picks up. He was under the pump when he kicked it to the top of the square. Cooper, oh, he couldn't grab. Good defence there by Brown and through for one behind.
Yeah, so Palmerston don't want to take the sting right out of this now. They know they're going to win it. So they just want to hold up the play, just sort of chalk up the corridor. Oh dear, there's been a few basic skill errors tonight, Firth, and both coaches, I guess, more so the Buffaloes, they'll really want to make sure they clean this up towards the end of the season, because those sort of skill errors aren't going to be so easily forgiven in the pointy end.
Ball goes to Corbett on the right foot, spins around. And that's a celebration. Palmerston are happy, and after 2 or 3 years of struggling, they really look to be back. Lovely goal there by Corbett, who's played well. And that moves Palmerston to 13 goals, 12.90.
Yeah, so they're looking good, and Palmerston have got the Wanderers next week, and with this, if tonight's anything to go by, you'd expect Palmerston to get through, and the Buffaloes, they actually have Waratahs, who are playing great footy, obviously, and yeah, they want to sharpen up for that. Otherwise, you know, because Waratahs aren't going to be a forgiving side, and you know they're sharing top spot with St Mary's at the moment. So, lots to think about for the Buffaloes at the moment.
Yeah, a couple of good games there. Wanderers, Palmerston, and
yep.
Buffs, Waratahs. Buffs look like, to me, they're missing the Lockyer-Wiak brothers big time.
Yep.
As Riddick thumps one forward out of the middle, good spoil here by the Buffs defender. Cooper's first to it, picked up there by Campbell. Campbell goes back, thrown on the left foot. Ball goes forward. Guess who? Riddick picks up, tries to fend off one, almost gets caught holding the ball. Wharf, Guthrie through traffic, back to the big fella Rowbottom. Rowbottom on the boot inside 50. I think that's Brown who's dropped back there. He's actually played well for the Buffs, and he takes the mark. There's a run on the outer side there for the Buffs, and that looks like Maroney. He goes inboard to Mackenzie, and Mackenzie goes further inboard to Renfrey, and Renfrey hits up Jackson Clark. Jackson Clark out wide to Eldridge. Good little shimmy, picks up, trying to spot something forward. Didn't have a lot. Sticks it out in front of Campbell, and Groves, who was right there with him.
In his hip pocket, wasn't he? Firth did well there.
Yeah.
I used to have dreadlocks too, but geez, those are a long set, and I certainly wouldn't be able to run as fast as Groves can, so credit to him there.
It's a contrast of hairstyles with him and Matty Campbell, isn't it? Matty Campbell, not a lot.
Not too much at all, no.
Against that.
Oh, here we go. Armat Watkins now with the opportunity to have a goal number 2. That was a good kick there by Stokes. He comes in now. You want to make sure this one counts because he hasn't had too many opportunities tonight. He just shades it to the left.
To his credit, he was beaten early in the first 3 quarters, clearly, but he's come back and had a good last quarter. So across the face of goal, and we think that's 1 goal 1 for Armat Watkins. As Baird brings it in, and the ball taken there by Flanagan. Flanagan goes down to the big fella row bottom. Ball goes over the back. Stokes is first back there. He's harassed by Baird. Oh, umpire's pinged him for deliberate.
Oh, dear.
And that'll be a free kick to Baird, who would be in my top 5 Palmerston players for today. He spots up Lambton inboard, and Lambton's going to go back there, and the mark's going to be taken by Flanagan. So the sting really gone out of this one now.
Yep.
Siren not too far away.
Yeah, Palmerston absolutely deserve their win tonight, and they've worked hard. Their skills and their work rate have got them the win tonight. And that silver service by Rowbottom this evening is something we've had the pleasure and privilege to watch tonight. So that's something they'll want to make sure they hone in on this season because it's obviously really working well for them as of tonight.
Clark picks up, but it's only as far as Riddick. Riddick back to the boys. Geez, they combined together those waffle plays. They've done it 6 or 7 times tonight over there, and I think that might be Green. Throws it on the left boot. Only to a wall of bus players, but again doesn't hit the target. Groves goes in there, put his body in, and he was held. If he gets it in quickly, Eagles by himself in the 50, but it's not going to matter.
Is he going to have a shot? Surely he has a ping. Here he is. He sets up. He's having a bit of a giggle at the same time.
I'll give you 151-1, Jackson.
I think I'm safe here.
Yeah.
And there it goes. And pretty convincing win there by the Magpies tonight, Firth. And Buffalo's a lot to think about. They're going to be playing Waratahs, who are sharing top spot with St. Mary's at the moment. So they'll want to address a few things. They'll look back. They'll watch the, you'd assume they'd analyse their game tonight because they've got a big task on next week. And Magpies have got a opponent in Wanderers next week. And they'll be wanting to continue this form because they played outstanding tonight.
So wrapping up here from TIO Stadium, round 3, Palmerston Magpies 13 goals, 12-90. Defeat the Buffaloes by 41 points, 7 goals, 7-49. Good night.